Good morning and thank you for joining us on After GMS 745, and you are connected to us. We appreciate you logging on and commenting and getting in on our big talkers of the day. We have Megan Malaris, Stacey Spivey, and Christian Morgan here. I'm Tracy McCain. And Christian, we're going to start with you. You'll be happy to know you're out of the middle. You're now at the far end.
Success.
You're welcome. Tell us about the forecast for today.
I'll tell you what, it's not a bad forecast at all. There were a few showers we were dealing with this morning. You might have heard us mentioning that on the Good Morning show, but most of that rain has now pushed to the east of us. It's a problem for Raleigh and down to the coast. And I say a problem, it's really just light to moderate showers. And we're going to keep some clouds around through the middle of the morning, but as we go through the afternoon, those clouds start to exit and it's all sunshine. We're in store for a really nice afternoon. A little bit chillier of an afternoon than we've been used to the last couple of days. As that area of low pressure slides away from us, high pressure will start to build in. That will keep our weather nice for the next several days. And with it down to our south, that will also help us to continue to warm up a bit. We're not going to get back to the 80s this week, but we will get back to the 70s by the end of the week and heading into the weekend. You can see now we're starting out pretty chilly in the 40s. And as we go throughout the afternoon, it's still going to be chilly at lunchtime. You're going to need a light jacket today, and we'll struggle to get out of the 50s today, actually. I don't even think we'll see 60. I think we'll see 58 for the afternoon high. And then tonight, it's going to be cold. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But you might have noticed this morning, it's still been a bit breezy, some wind gusts 15 to 20 miles per hour. But also as we go through the afternoon, those winds will start to calm down as well. If you're an allergy sufferer, unfortunately, I've got bad news for you. It's just the time of the year that we're in. Cooler weather, even a couple showers aren't really going to pull back that pollen count. It's just high pollen count, high pollen season. We're about at the peak of tree pollen season, though, and we're about to flatten that curve, at least. Overnight, it will be clear down to the 30s, and we'll have to watch for some areas of patchy frost to develop for your Thursday morning. If you have any plants that you've put out already outside, you might want to bring them inside if you can. And if you can't bring them inside, a couple tips are on how you can help protect those, because, of course, you want to keep those around for the spring. Put a piece of cloth over them tonight before you go to bed, but then just make sure you get up and take it off before sunrise tomorrow. And that way, if we do get frost, it'll help you protect those and keep those around for a little while longer. Temperatures gradually warming back up to the 70s. We're in the mid 60s tomorrow with lots of sunshine, close to 70 on Friday. The first half of the weekend is going to be really nice on Saturday, but I do think we'll have to dodge some showers heading into your Sunday, and temperatures are back in the mid 60s for Sunday afternoon.
Let's get to some of your news headlines this hour. Governor Roy Cooper says he's still weighing his options when it comes to his statewide executive order requiring people to stay at home. Right now, that is in place through April 29th. The governor says he's consulting with health experts before he decides to end or extend it. Locally, the Winston-Salem mayor extended that city's stay-at-home order until early May. Guilford County leaders are still discussing whether they will do the same. Board Chairman Jeff Phillips sent us this statement. It reads in part, quote, "We can't ever take our eye off the critical importance of the health and safety of our citizens. However, we also have to consider the painful influence of a continued and more restrictive stay-at-home order on our economy." And
well, as we keep track of the virus, North Carolina has now topped more than 100 deaths. Health officials reported the update after completing more than 65,000 tests and confirming 5,000 cases of the virus. One important point Forsyth County health officials released on Tuesday is the age range of cases. Those officials say 45% of their cases are in people under age 45. They emphasize it is important to stay home as younger people could be spreading the virus without showing any symptoms. Well, the FDA just approved the first saliva test that can be used to diagnose the coronavirus. It was developed by researchers at Rutgers University, and the team applied for an emergency approval with the FDA. President Donald Trump says this new tool could help process 10,000 tests a day. It's unclear right now when the saliva test should be rolled out nationwide. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more details. All right, we want to get you involved in our conversation as many people are already weighing in on our Facebook page. We're going back to the stay-at-home orders in our state here. Stacey, it has a lot of people talking about whether we should lift them, extend them, or even modify them.
Yeah, a lot of people on both sides of the aisle, I guess you could say, with this issue. Let's take a look at some of those comments from this morning. John says, lift them. People are being destroyed and their families too. The little money the government is giving out won't last long. People need to work, and it's been about as long as need be. Yolanda commented, extend the stay-at-home orders until the virus is gone. We are losing too many people. Alan shares, time to start lifting. Folks will be going stir crazy times 100 very soon. And lastly, Michelle says, I think they'll be extended, and my prediction is September, October. Folks haven't followed the orders thus far. When I look at the nurses that live in my neighborhood, I feel so bad. So guys, I feel like I'm kind of on the fence about this. I really want people to be able to go out and do things and get the economy up and going. But then again, we have to stay safe. And I think that the best way to contain this virus and stop the spread of it is obviously this stay-at-home order. So I really do see it being extended, especially in our area.
Well, the same debate that we're having here on social media is the same one that's happening in the governor's mansion or at the White House right now, as both state and federal officials try to figure out what to do and when to do it. So we'll get to Megan here before we get to some of your comments on Facebook. Where are you weighing in on this? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it probably has to be a gradual process, and ultimately I think that's what most governors will decide to do and the White House will decide to do as far as allowing some of these smaller businesses to reopen with restrictions in place. I see people commenting on our pages, let some of the barbers reopen, let some of the nail salons reopen, some of the retailers reopen, but limit the number of people inside at one time, like is being done at grocery stores and such right now, the essential businesses. So we'll see what happens, but I would not be surprised if at least some restrictions remain in place through May.
Yeah, and excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Christian, I want to bring you in on this conversation as well, because, I mean, we're all doing without right now, as Megan mentioned, the haircuts and those things that we once thought were essential, that could still be one day. We're all kind of dealing with that right now, but are you willing to kind of wait it out for the safety of everyone? I mean, I am.
Yeah, I am too. And every morning now I'm getting up, and when I look at myself in the mirror, I was like, it's getting time for a haircut. But who knows how long it's going to be before we can do that. And like Megan mentioned, just kind of simply, once we see that it's safe to gradually open things up, you may be able to open up the hair salons, and you may be able to open up certain things, but just kind of limit the amount of people that are coming in. This will definitely be a gradual open up, everything. It's not going to be one flip of the switch and we're good to go. This will be a very gradual thing. And I think people will take it gradually too. Even once things are fully open again, whenever that may be, I don't think people will jump at it. We're excited to get back out. We're excited to see our friends and family and do those things again. But I think people will have some reservation about what they want to do and how they want to do it. So I think not only will things open up gradually, I think how people kind of return to normal life will happen at a slower pace too.
Yeah, Christian, you bring up a great point, because I think about how we got to this point, and it was gradual. At first it was, some places are closing, and then it was schools are closed, and then it was the tournaments were off, and then the NBA was this. I mean, so it's just been a gradual kind of thing. So I guess we'll have to reverse that in order to go back to what we think is normal. So I want to read some of the Facebook comments here, because we have right now about 430 people on our live stream right now, and everybody commenting here. Crystal says, lift it and let people make their own decisions instead of a demand. It should be a choice of ours to stay home, not a requirement. Elaine says, I think they need to open North Carolina back up. And then Amy says they will never stay home. They aren't even doing it now. Some repeat customers, sometimes on a daily basis. And Jason adds in, absolutely, people are out anyway. Let's not pretend they are not. So again, there are two very different sides of this argument. We are now in the middle of April. The state stay-at-home order does not expire until the 29th. We know Winston-Salem's mayor extended theirs until May 7th just yesterday. So there's a little bit more time to kind of assess the situation until the end of the statewide order. But we're going to have to make some decisions pretty soon. And we'll see how it rolls out. It was a great talker today, guys. Anybody have any last thoughts before we move on to the next one?
I just say,
yeah, obviously just be safe.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have said, raise your hand. All right, Megan, go ahead. What's your last thought on that? I apologize.
No, it's okay. My last thought is just regardless of when these orders are lifted, please continue to use good hygiene. I love the fact that the good that has come out of this is people are being more germ conscious, and think about the implications that's going to have not only on this virus, but also on next flu season and colds and all these sicknesses that happen all year round. If we can get a handle on all of those just by practicing better hygiene, that would be amazing.
Yeah. And Christian, you had another comment you wanted to make.
Yeah, and we've said it before, and we know that comparing the flu to the coronavirus now is like comparing apples to oranges. But at the same time, I think what this has done, not only like Megan has mentioned, it's made us more aware of things, and people are taking some extra precautions about what they do. And I think this will also have effects down the road for next year when we start getting into flu season, about how seriously people take getting vaccines and getting those things. So I think this really kind of is an eye opener for all of us in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, and now health experts are warning of a possible round 2 in fall. So, I mean, how long will we see relief? All right, guys, that was a great conversation. Sorry for everybody at home. There is a delay between our employees who are working at home, so I normally moderate the conversation. I just did a horrible job at that point. All right, Stacey, let's talk about what else is going on social media today.
Well, obviously it's a stressful time. I mean, a lot of people weighing in on that last conversation. A lot of people have different opinions. A lot is just going on, and that might be why you are not sleeping as well at night, or maybe you're having some really strange dreams, and that's because of everything happening. So online searches about sleep deprivation and weird dreams are up more than 200% in just the last few weeks. Doctors say it is common to have strange and stressful dreams when our daily routines are kind of shaken up and stirred, right? So let's take a look at some of the comments from people talking about this on my Facebook page. George says he dreamt he met Bigfoot in the woods near his house. He said even shook his hand. He said, boy, did he smell bad. Woke up to the smell of a skunk outside in my yard. So funny. Sherilyn says, I seldom sleep good at any time, so nothing unusual here. And Mark says, I've been told I have some pretty active dreams, but I never remember them, which is good. The one about the Bigfoot, George, you made me laugh. So funny. I've actually had some really weird dreams. I mentioned this earlier, actually on TV, that I keep having dreams that I'm back in high school, and like I'm forgetting about a work assignment that I had done, or like a homework assignment, and it's stressing me out. When I wake up, I'm like, oh wait, I haven't been in school for like 5 to 10 years. I don't know what's happening.
Your dream reminds me of the movie Peggy Sue Got Married. It was a classic in the 90s, one of my favorites. So you should look it up. It's probably on Netflix or something like that, but it reminds me just of that. All right, guys, so what about your dreams, Christian? What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, all of that homework that Stacey never turned in is finally coming back to haunt her in this situation here.
No, sir. I was an A student.
Oh my goodness. All right, so Megan has actually done stories on Bigfoot. I remember this assignment vividly. I never have dreamt about him though.
Yeah, I don't think I've dreamt about him since I've done that story. Still looking for him though. You know, there is a rumor that he is in the Uwharrie National Forest. Anyway, that's another talker for another time. As far as dreams go, I said earlier on the Good Morning Show, I'm just daydreaming of sleep in general. It's hard with a baby at home and now working from home to get any sleep whatsoever. So I'm just thankful for the shut-eye I can get, and I don't care what kind of weird dreams I have if and when I get to the point where I'm having them again.
Oh yeah, sleep is oh my gosh, it's like gold when you're a new mom. You just cling to any, portion of it that you can. So you look great though, Megan, really, honestly. You look rested, you look healthy, you look great. So motherhood looks great on you.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, guys, we're going to close out our chats this morning with another look at our forecast. And, something everybody can be happy with is seeing some sun outside.
Yeah, I tell you what, it is very much welcomed, and we need something to kind of boost our spirits a little bit. Still some clouds across the area right now, but those will thin out and move away from us as we go throughout the afternoon. It still will be cool today. In fact, we'll struggle to make it to 60 degrees. I don't even think that we will. I think we'll top out right around 58 degrees this afternoon. But the sunshine sticks around for several days. That is the good news. And we start this gradual warming trend as far as temperatures go. Now, we're not going to get back to the 80s or anything like that, but we are back into the mid 60s tomorrow, getting close to 70 on Friday. As far as the weekend goes, the first half of it is really nice. Saturday's a great day. I do think we'll have to dodge some showers, though, heading into your Sunday. Temperatures in the mid 60s. Some showers look pretty likely on Monday, too, but temperatures are climbing back up close to 70 as we head through the middle of next week.
All right, so we're on an upward trend. I like that.
Yeah, enjoy that warm weather. We're kind of getting into that time period where we're not going to have so many more of these cool mornings. They're going to start to kind of fall by the wayside slowly but surely.
Praise. Praise.
Yes, I agree, Stacey. We'll get over this little frosty hump tomorrow morning potentially, and then it looks like we're back to normal.
Right.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us on After GMS. All the comments that you guys weighed in on, wow, these have been awesome. And Katie Lynn just responded to your comment about dreams. She said that she's having some funny dreams about social distancing right now. So the conversation continues. You can join us tomorrow on the Good Morning Show. We'll have more great chats and again on Facebook Live at 7:45. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.